All right, so we're gonna start first half of class, long band. Second half of class, loop band. If you don't have a loop band or don't like to use a loop band, you can tie your long band, okay? So we're gonna start in Pilates stance. Reach those arms chest height, slide those hands slightly wider than your shoulders. I don't like ends hanging down, so I bunch mine up. And we're gonna start with a chest expansion. We're gonna press through those thighs, open the chest, and return back out. We inhale to exhale. What happens here, the chest and shoulders are opening and the back is strengthening. Two more. We'll inhale and exhale, and one more. Inhale and exhale. Now we're gonna pull across and then return, keeping the tension on that band. Inhale to exhale. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed. The navel is pulling in and up. And you've got that seat to feet connection. So suck that belly in. Inhale and exhale. Two more. Press and release. And one more. And now we're going to bring those arms straight up and do a side stretch. Back to center. The hips don't go with you. We're stretching up and away. Up and away. Up and away. Inhale, exhale. Inhale to exhale. One more each side. Lifting before we side stretch. And then we'll do our roll down, nod the chin to our chest. We peel vertebra by vertebra off that wall. You choose how low you go from your core. Pull yourself up, tuck your tail. And we'll do that again. Chin to chest first. Inhale to exhale, eyes on the navel. We'll bring it back up. Inhaling and exhaling. Take it down to the floor with that band still in your hands. So we'll start with those knees. Bend the legs one fist width apart. Sitting up nice and tall, take that band against your shins. And pulling, and the palms are turned in. And we're gonna pull those arms, it's very small, down towards the floor. Don't let the legs flop in or out. And think of sitting taller and opening the chest more as you push down. We'll inhale to exhale. Open the chest. It's almost like a mini chest expansion. And two, and one. Reach those arms out. Inhale. Exhale. Start to melt that spine all the way down. And once we're all the way down, we'll take our legs to a tabletop. The arms are up over our chest, knees over hips, shoulders are against the floor. We're gonna nod that chin to our chest if you're able. Reach the band for your shins, push down to the floor, and then retrace your steps. Good, do that again. We inhale, exhale, inhale to exhale. Make sure you're not dragging that head off the floor. And try to keep those shins parallel to the floor. We nod. We press. Release. I'm going to add on. I'm going to lift up. I'm going to press. And then once that band has no tension on it, I'm going to reach my arms and legs out. And I'll keep my head lifted. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Arms up. Reach long. Tabletop. Press down. Release. Stretch back. One more. Table. Press down. Reach away and hug those knees into your chest. If your neck needs a release, look to each side of the room. Take as long as you want on each side. And then I'm going to rock myself up. Take that band behind my toes. Try to have it nice and flat. Try to have the toes in the center of the band. And I take myself all the way back down to the mat and bring my legs straight up to 90. And I'm going to pull these elbows down. On an inhale, I'm going to lower my legs as I reach them longer. Exhale, come straight up. Inhale, lengthen. My back is staying heavy on that mat. Use your core to come back up. Inhale down. Exhaling up. The whole entire time, the hips, the pelvis, the back are staying still. The back of my head is firmly pressing into the mat. My elbows are staying against the floor. My shoulders are staying connected to my back. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. And 1 more. Inhale and exhale. Keep your legs straight up, arms up. Slide your hands down till they're just an inch above the hips. Pinch that band with your thumb and second finger and reach those arms nice and long. If you're keeping your head down on the mat, stay right there. Otherwise, I'm going to cue chin to chest, eyes to navel, shoulder blades off the mat, and we're going to pump those arms. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in and breathe out. So we inhale through the nose in 1 big long breath, and then we exhale like we're blowing air into a balloon or blowing out your birthday candles. Inhale and shh. 1 big breath in, 1 big breath out. I'm squeezing those armpit muscles to move my arms. You're more than welcome to put those feet down on the mat. Keep pumping. We've got 2 more sets. Inhaling deeper, exhaling deeper, and 1 more. Inhale and exhale, and I'll put my head down. I want you to crisscross your band. I'm going to reach my hands as high up as they can go. I'm going to rock myself all the way up to a seated position. If you want less resistance on your band, walk the hands closer towards you. I'm going to bring these arms parallel to the floor. I'm going to pull my thumbs back to the armpits and then return. I will inhale to pull back and then exhale. Try to stay as tall as you can in that spine and scoop that belly as deep as you can. And again, it's almost like that feeling of a chest expansion. When you're pulling back, you're opening that chest. You're squeezing those back muscles. And if you're keeping your legs straight, feel like you're pressing the back of those knees into the mat. You're more than welcome to bend those knees if you can't sit up tall. And I go for 3 more. And 2. And 1. Uncrisscross that band. Separate the feet about as wide as your sits bones and bend those knees again. We're going to be doing an ab crunch with bicep curls. So if you don't want too much resistance, slide the hands closer to you. Okay? So we're going to melt that spine back down. Knees are staying bent. Shoulders are connected. And I'm going to take my palms and turn them up to the ceiling. I'll nod my chin to my chest. I'll do a bicep curl and then return. So for right now, I'm just taking my head and shoulders off the floor. My arms are off my mat. And I'm going to exhale coming up. And make sure we are not dragging our heads. We nod that chin and lift up. Now I'm going to try to come up a little higher. I'm going to curl up and then bring it back down. Exhale up, inhale down. You're more than welcome to have the palms turned in if that's a better position for your wrists. And I lift up. Look at you go. And 4 more. Curl it up as high as you want. 3 more, but we don't rush. We feel those muscles working. Abs, biceps. 2 more. And 1 more. Good. Connect those heels. Bring those knees in. And we'll zip up these legs again. I'm going to take my left foot out of the band and just place it on the floor. You can have the left leg bent or straight. But I want you to make sure that you're always pushing this left thigh into your central line. So I'm going to feel the inner thighs engaged, okay? So I'm going to have one end in each hand, and I'm going to pull my elbows down. I want you to lengthen this leg all the way to the floor, and then bring it back up. I'm not just lowering my leg. I am pressing out against that band, trying to make this leg even longer. So I'm trying to feel that feeling of decompression to that hip. I want to feel some length to it. Now I'm going to give you another option. When you bring your leg back up, do a single leg bridge. Lift up. I inhale down, drive up. You don't have to lift the hips at all. And if you are doing that bridge, you want to make sure, of course, you've got that left knee bent. But most of us were bent. And we go for 3, and 2, and 1. Now I'm going to stay lifted. You don't have to. I'll turn that kneecap slightly away from me that's in the band, and I'm going to circle towards the center and up. Inhale, exhale. Watch your center line with that opposite leg. And now I'm going to reverse. Away, zip up 1. Keep pushing through the tripod of that foot. Inhale, exhale 3. Keep firing that left glute. Last one, and I'll lower down. Arms up, switch the feet. You choose how much resistance is on that band. You can have the right knee bent or straight. If it's bent, you're going to feel a little bit more support to that lower back, okay? We're going to inhale, lower it. Exhale, feel like you're resisting that band pulling you up as you come up. We inhale and exhale. The spine is staying heavy, the pelvis and the hips aren't moving, just that leg. Use your breath, inhale to exhale. Now, if you want to add that bridge, as I lift my leg up, I drive that right foot through the mat, squeeze that right butt cheek, and lift the hips as one unit. Don't forget the breath, and don't forget that right leg. It needs to stay pushing into that central line. Engage that right inner thigh. We go for 3 more, 2 more, reach longer. I'm going to hold this one up. You don't have to. Turn that left kneecap away from you, get those shoulders heavier, and circle towards the other leg and lift. Inhale, exhale. And 3, and 2, and 1. Let's reverse it. Round 2, come up. Use your breath. I'm using my core to move this leg. 1 more, and then we'll lower it all the way down. Arms up, both legs in that band. Give me a Pilates stance. And I like to have my toes inside the band so my band doesn't get bunched up. And I like to have it as flat as I can get it. I'm going to bend my knees and my arms. I want you to press those legs out to a 45 and then come back in. Now this should not be, oh, this is easy. I want you to make it harder. I want you to resist pushing out and coming in. Muscles are working here. Which ones? Well, I'm firing the back of my thighs and glutes as I press out. And the belly is going to pull these legs back in. But as the legs go out, I still need to have that navel pressing down to the mat. Now I'm going to add on to this. As my legs press out, I'll nod my chin to my chest, and I'll come back in. We never want to drag that head off the floor. It's always nod the chin first. Reaching long from the ankles. Now I'm going to extend my arms straight out like a V. I'm going to hold it here, press out, back in, keep your arms straight so they're out in that V so it stays tight. I press up, I pull out, so you're squeezing those armpit muscles. Inhale, exhale, inhale, Exhale, take your time. And if you're feeling strain to the neck, consider not taking your head off the mat for a while. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 2 more. Up, pull, center, release. Last one. Those inner thighs should be connecting. Good. And then let's rock ourselves up. Excellent. Okay, how'd that go? All right. So our arms are reaching long again. My legs are about fist width. You choose how much resistance you want. The more resistance will help you come back up. So we're gonna melt that waistline. I'm gonna go into a C curve. Shoulders are gonna connect to my back. See if your lower back can touch, round, and then once your shoulders are over your hips, sit tall. I'll melt back. Shoulders should be down. Tuck, squeeze, and come up. Nod that chin, pull that navel towards the spine. Good. And we come up. Now I'm going to slide my hands down a little bit. This won't be for everybody, and maybe you need to switch to weights if you have them. And I'm really almost towards the ends. Now I'm going to pull up and then down. And my palms are facing my toes. Yes. Lift. Can you feel the shoulders working? The upper back. Maybe you want to try it without the band. And 3. Good. Exhale up. And 1. Now I want you to pull your right hand down and your left arm up. I'm going to look to the right side. So whichever arm is down, I look. Come back to center. And then I go to the left. So I'm squeezing both armpits. I exhale to inhale. Yes. One more. Now let's go back to lifting those arms up. I'm going to go up, then my right arm pulls down. I look to my right. I'm going to go back up. Now I go to the left. I exhale. Think of pulling those arms away from each other in opposition. This is your last one. Bam, and release. All right, give those shoulders a little bit of a roll if you're feeling like a little to those shoulders. You can also do a quick arm across, shoulder stretch. Just let that band hang for a second. Good. Okay, so I'm going to take that band, and it's going to be across my quads. I'm pinching thumb and second finger. I'm going to reach these arms long, and they're going to stay locked in this position. I'm going to come back to the base of my shoulder blade, or you can put your head all the way down. Draw the knees way in, so I feel that tension into that band. Now my right knee is going to stay pressing in towards me. The left leg is going to go away from the band, but I kept my hand there anyway. And I'm going to switch. And don't forget to breathe. If this is straining your neck, put your head down. If it's straining your back, legs higher up. Good. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale a set. Exhale a set. Inhale a set. Exhale. 2. Inhale. One more set. Exhale. 2. Inhale. And bring both knees in. And reach that band to your shin/ankles and pull it closer towards you. Great job. Take that band again right where it was. Now my knees are way in and my heels are hanging down. In this position, it's a little bit easier on the hip flexors. You can get your back more imprinted into your mat. So I'm going to reach those arms long again. I'm going to take my eyes to my belly, only if that's okay for your neck. The core is holding my head up. I'm going to reach these legs out into a Pilates stance. My arms are still there. Now exhale and drive through that band. Inhale, wrap those thighs into a Pilates stance. Exhale, drive through. Inhale, you choose how high the legs go. Exhale. I hope you can feel that core pressing through that band. You feel the core here too, and the glutes. Right here's an extra bam. Inhale, 2, 3, exhale, 2 more. These are not easy, are they? And 1 more. And then put your feet down and bring the arms behind you and let your back just arch. Take a couple breaths on your own. Bring the arms up. Let your knees flop to one side. I'm just going to keep looking straight up at the ceiling. Bring it back in. And then the other side. Shoulders are heavy. Bring it back in. Now, I have to sit up to put my band behind my foot. If you don't have to, put the band behind your right foot. All right. Make sure it's as close to the center of that band as you can get it. And we bring it back down. All right, so I'm going to put 2 ends in that right hand and pull it down. And the other leg is lengthening long here. And before I start to move, I want you just to, I'm going to take my free hand here as well and start to bring that leg a little closer towards me. Keep the glutes on that mat heavy as well as that hip. And we're just stretching that hamstring for a second. All right, so this leg is up. The opposite hand's going to go behind my head. We're going to take the right leg down. The left leg is going to come up. And then my right leg comes back up again. I'm going to crunch up. Inhale, slowly down. Exhale, resist coming up. And you're going to use those hands to try and pull that leg to a 90, maybe even closer to you. I lengthen and I scoop. Down and up. Inhale, exhale. Now I'm going to hold this one up, put my heels together, and I'm going to go down, 2, 3, zip it up. You don't have to have your head lifted, but if your head is lifted, eyes to navel, shoulder blades off the mat, base of the shoulder blade touches. 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Bring it up. 2 more. 1, 2, 3. 1 more. And then put your head down. Switch the feet. So I'm gonna slide my right leg straight. My left leg is up. My left hand has the ends. Both hands are gonna pull on this band. Feel the lengthening in that band leg. I also feel like I'm lengthening the opposite leg. So I got 2 hands pulling. Couple breaths, inhale and exhale on your own. And then when you're ready, take your free hand, your right hand, behind your head. Both legs are trying to lengthen long right now. So I'm going to scissor my legs. When I come back up with that left leg, I nod my chin to my chest, exhale. Inhale, exhale. I want you to feel like that right leg is also pressing through a band. So I'm reaching just as long and lengthening just as long. Inhale. Exhale. I don't feel strain to my neck because I'm lifting from my core. I'm not dragging it off the floor. 2 more. 1 more. I'm going to hold this up. Connect my heels. Pilates V. Down. 2, 3. Lift. Inhale. 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 1, 2, 3. Bam. Lower, lower, lower. Can you feel the back of the thigh close to the glute, as well as the glute, pushing those legs down, firing them, squeezing them, using your core to bring them up, using your core to keep your spine heavy as you lower those legs. Down, 2, 3. 1 more. Down, 2, 3, and head down. Put 2 feet in that band again. Checking your time, because we got to switch props soon. Oh, darn. Okay. All right, so I'm in here in parallel this time. My feet are side by side. I'm going to pull those elbows down. I'm going to bring my knees in. I'm going to nod my chin to my chest if you're able. So my right foot's going to push out. Pause. Then I want you to bring it up. I want you to push it down. Bring it in. Left foot pushes. Out. Up. Out. 2 feet in. Right foot out. My left foot didn't change its shape. It's waiting for that band and bam, it's right there. Squeeze your booty, scoop the belly. Good, bring it back in. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, bam. Now I'm gonna ask you to keep doing this. Release the band, put your hands behind the head. Now push that right leg out. As you lift it up, I'm going to twist my left shoulder to that thigh, retrace your steps, come back in. Push out left. As I lift up, I'm going to rotate towards that leg, bring it out and in. Inhale, lift up, twist. While your shoulders stay off the mat this whole entire time. Woo! Can you feel that burn? Say yes or no. Yes, I go yes. And in. Inhale. Exhale. Try to keep your elbows wide too, right? No hugging the head. We're going to finish on the left leg. I push out. I rotate. And now I'm going to hug it in. Woo! Relax. Look to one side of the room if your neck needs that release. Look to the other. Nice. Okay, I'm going to grab onto my band. Rock yourself up. Okay, so I want you to take your band nice and flat on your mat. So you're going to have to get off the center of your mat. Lay it along the mat as best you can in the center. I'm going to sit on it in the middle. This heart behind me needs to be flat. If you don't have a band, you're still going to do the same thing as you won't have your band. So I'm going to put it behind me. Yep, this is going to mess up our hair, and that's okay. So I'm going to make it nice and tight. Okay? My shoulders are going to come forward. So I want this to be like my wall. You know how I say in spine stretch, everything's against that wall, sit up nice and tall. I'm going to take a nice big inhale, and on the exhale, as I'm rounding forward, what do you think I'm going to tell you to do with your band? Anybody know? What do you think I'm going to tell you to do with your band right here? Press your spine into the band and then come back up on your inhale. Does that make sense? So as I'm rounding forward, I'm pushing my navel back. I feel that band being pressed into. Good. And then inhale up. This is for just replacing instead of using a wall. Exhale forward. Inhale, zip it up. Exhale, chin to chest, press into the spine, that band. And then press the spine into the band. And try to keep those legs completely straight. As I round, chin to chest, I'm not shifting around that lower back. My lower back is staying along the band or against your wall. Inhale, push into the band. Bring it back up and let that band come down. Now I want you to put it behind your armpit muscles, or at the base of your armpit, I should say. Take your legs as wide as your mat. If you need to, you bend your knees. Keeping the legs straight is never important on these things, okay? I want you to sit up tall. You choose how tight you want the band to be. I'm going to press out. I'm going to check and make sure my wrists aren't flexing. This is flexing, right? Sit up even taller. So we're going to take a nice big inhale. Exhale to the front of the room. 1, 2. Pause. Inhale. On the exhale, soft your baby toe. So the back hand isn't pushing against the band as much as your front. I'm going to come up. I'm still facing the side. Inhale. Exhale, hold center. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate for 2. 1, further 2. Inhale, hold here. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, up. I'm still facing sideways. Exhale, unwind. Inhale first. Exhale for 2. 1, further 2. Inhale, hold. Exhale, soft your baby toe with your pinky. Look at your back hand. Inhale, I'm still facing the side. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale, stay here. Grow taller. Exhale, rotate. 1, 2. Inhale. Exhale, forward. Inhale, up. Exhale. Then I'm going to bend my elbows in. All right, I'm going to sit cross-legged. If that's not good for your hips, your knees, you go how you want. So my palms are up, and I'm pinching the band with my thumb and second finger. I'm going to walk my hands a little closer towards me to give me some more resistance. And I just want you to push out and in. It's like you're serving drinks to your friends that are beside you. Now, I want you sitting up taller. I don't want your pelvis tilting. I want everything nice and long. Think of that puppet string on the crown of your head. It's being pulled up to the ceiling. We inhale to press out, exhale in. And I go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take the band in front of you, and that's where you're going to be facing on your stomachs. So we're not going to lay on it. It's going to be more out to the front of us, okay? So here we go, onto that stomach. Face the center of the room. You can do this kneeling, because we're going to be doing some pulling. So you can kneel, you can come to a high kneel, you can stand, you can sit. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to take my arms nice and long, and my shoulders are connected to my back. And I'm pinching with my thumb and second finger, okay? I want to make sure, though, this is a very important cue. I'm not reaching my arms so far out that my shoulders have went to a different body. I want you to make sure those shoulders are connected to your back, and you're going to pull your navel in. So my right hand is going to pull back as I lift my chest. My left hand's holding that band there. I'm coming up into an extension, and then release. Now switch. That opposite hand stays down. I pull, and I return home. Now pull that belly button away from that mat. I'm lifting the chest, the head's along for the ride. Now I'm going to add on in one more set. Pull that elbow back, stretch it long, and pull. Now when I pull my right arm back, my right leg is going to lift. And I return. And I'm going to lift left leg with the left arm. I exhale, pull and lift. Inhale, reset. Good. And pull and return. Pull. One more each side, please. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now, I'm going to slide my hands to the outside corners of my mat. I'm going to lift everything up if able. Everything lifts up. Now I'm going to pull my band to my chest. My legs will go out as wide as my mat. I retrace my steps and come back home. I inhale to lift. Exhale, pull. Return back out and release. Everything is lifting. I pull my arm straight out to a T as my legs go out to a V. Retrace your steps. Make sure your wrists are straight. Inhale, squeeze your bottom. Exhale, squeeze your back muscles. Inhale, exhale, pull your navel away from the mat. 2 more. Inhale up. Exhale, pull. Inhale to exhale. And last one, shoulders are connected. Good. And then stretch back in that lovely child's pose. Woo! Decompress the spine by reaching the arms away from you as the tail presses down. Give me a nice big inhale, open up the rib cage. And then exhale, release, and give me one more. We'll inhale, and we'll exhale. Okay, so I'm gonna go to my loop band now. And if you don't have a loop band, you're gonna tie your flat band, and you choose how small to make the loop. The smaller the loop, the more resistance you've got, okay? So I'm gonna take my hands through the loop band, okay? I'm gonna come into a forearm plank. So I'm gonna keep resistance on this band. Now modified, my knees will stay on the mat, but my hips are low. Shoulders are connected to your back. Next level, straighten those legs, knees come off the mat. So I want this constant resistance in that loop band. Now tuck that tail, send that tail longer, pull your belly in stronger, press your whole back up against the ceiling. Can you feel any muscles working here? Okay, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now lower your thighs. So that's knees and thighs. Hips stay off. Flatten your feet. I'm still connecting my shoulders to my back. So your hips are on the mat. Your navel is off. So that's quite an extension. If that's not for you, don't go in that position. My legs are together. I'm going to take my right foot and kick my butt 2 times. 1, 2. As soon as it comes down, the other leg. Kick. And shh, shh. Shh. I inhale one leg, exhale the other. And if we're feeling tight in the quads, the hips, you may not be able to keep your hips on the floor. I'm struggling today doing that, and that's okay. Our bodies are different every day. We work towards the ideal of the day. One more right, one more left. I'm gonna press back up into that plank and hold for 8 more. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lower your knees and stretch. If you want to take your hands out of the band and bring those arms behind, you get a lovely release in the shoulders and the wrists. Let the head hang heavy, let the neck get a release as well. All right, so you're going to go onto your side, you're going to mirror me. And we're going to take that band, put the feet through the band, and slide it up to your upper thigh. So we don't want to have that band all the way up to the hip, and we don't have it on the knees, okay? So here's where I like to be. If you can't be propped up like this because you have a shoulder issue, feel free to lie all the way down on your side. But I'm going to stay propped up on my forearm, okay? I'll give you different things to do with your free hand. My knees are towards the top edge of my mat. I'm going to take this hand, my free hand, and lift that rib cage up. So you see how this now is where your alignment should be. So every once in a while, if you feel a lot of weight here, take your free hand and remind that rib cage to stay engaged. I'm going to hold a lemon in this armpit. My feet will stay glued together, and I'm going to do a clam. I'm going to lift up and down. Now we always have opposition in Pilates. So as my top leg is lifting, my bottom leg is pushing down. If your neck starts to get cranky, you can look down at that bottom elbow. And I just have my fingertips resting on my mat. And I lift and lower. Exhale to inhale. You should feel no strain in your back, your hips, your knees. Good, we'll do 4 more. 4, oh, we're gonna start to feel these. 3, 2, I want you to hold this leg up, straighten that leg. Find the foot again and lower back down. Could you feel that? Up, kick, down. So when I kick, my knee is still facing, it's not really directly up, it's more a diagonal. But wherever this knee is, it stays there while I kick out. And we're gonna go for 4 more. When I kick out, I need to pull in deeper. The further I go away from my center, the more my center has to work to support my spine. And we're gonna do 1 more, and then we're gonna change things. Okay, so now my top leg, my knee's still gonna face straight ahead. I'm gonna slide it out. Okay, now make sure your hip didn't go wonky. You wanna keep your hip stacked, reset that bottom rib cage, and we're gonna lift and lower this leg. Up and down, up and down. So I still want you pushing off that mat. And again, if this is getting cranky, lay all the way down. But don't take a nap on me. And lift and lower. If you want, you can take the hand behind your head. But you don't have to. You can keep it here. Lift and lower. Now hold this one up. Flex forward. Center, drop it down. Lift, point back. Center, drop it down. Lift and flex. Come forward. Now when you lift this time, I'm going to point behind. Center. I flex forward. I point back. Yep. 1 more each direction. These are fun. Ooh, do you feel that burn? And 1 more. Just in case you didn't, stay lifted and do little pulses. Up, up, up. So I'm squeezing everything. And I go for 8, 7. I can barely get that leg off the mat. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Stack your knees. Straighten your bottom leg out. So I kind of rolled back a little bit onto my butt cheek, but not completely on that butt cheek. Makes sense? My bottom leg, my straight leg is going to lift and lower. Lift. 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 I feel that that band is giving you just a teeny bit of help lifting up. So I want you to resist that. Reach those toes long. And up. And up. And up. Every time you lift up, that belly has to push in and up. I'm pushing my free foot into the floor, the one that's not lifting and lowering. And I go for 8, good, 7, 6, 5, here's 4, and 3, good, and 2. Hold this one up, point your toes if they're not already pointed, lift a little higher and pulse it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, that was fun. So much fun, let's do it on the other side. Okay. All right, so let's get our setup. It's important. Knees to the top edge of your mat. Lift this rib cage up. Have your shoulder and elbow in a straight line. Squeeze that lemon into that armpit. You ready? Let's do our plan. Up and down. So look where your knees are. Make sure they're not way back here. They're to the front edge. I'm in the center of my mat. And lift. I'm pushing my bottom leg into the floor. Both shoulders should be connected to your back, and the neck should be an extension of your spine. But you can always look down if you need that release to your neck. Come on. We exhale. Inhale. I want to see this bottom leg pushing down. I can tell if you're not because it almost lifts and rocks a little bit off that mat. Yep, so I'll know. Same speed up, same speed down. And if you're miserable being propped up like this, lie on your side. 4 more. 3, this is so good for the outer thigh, hip, glute, yeah. So let's add on. We go into that clam. I kick and reach. Find that foot, come back down. Aren't these your favorite?
Yep.
That's a little quick. Oh, you do for real?
Well, yeah, I like hip stuff.
Okay, she likes hip stuff.
I like hip stuff.
This is for you, kid.
You always say, what do you want to do next?
Oh, I know. She always picks, she wants to do hips. And up, out. You've got to squeeze muscles. Whoops, I lost my feet connection. What'd you say? It's harder on this side.
Yeah.
Remember, that leg was the one who was actively pushing down, so it wasn't taking a vacation. Last one. Oh, goodness. Okay, we can do this. So our knees stay facing forward. Slide that top leg out. And we're going to lift it up and down. And you better be firing your glute. And I'm in line with my hip. So remember, I was here. I pushed it out so it's a straight line. My bottom leg is still pushing down to the floor. If you need that reset, lift back up. Bam. Same speed up, same speed down. You are in control, not the band. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that forward flex thing. I don't know. My hip's pretty much done. Okay, let's try it. Flex your foot. Forward. Now point it. Back. We got a lot more exercises to go. Maybe I'll forget. Oh, I'm sure one of you will remind me. Here we go. Flex. Forward. Point. Up. Back. Lift. Flex. Forward. That belly goes in, yeah? Don't slouch. We've got one more. Yay. Forward. One more. Point. Now stay lifted and give me those pulses. Come on, we're still friends. Let's stay in it together. Stay in it together. We're all in this together. We all are like struggling, but that's okay. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Yeah, now I'm gonna come diagonal, straighten my bottom leg, okay? So I'm just halfway on a butt cheek. My top leg is bent, bottom leg is straight, and I'm just gonna reach and lift. Don't let the shoulder get cranky. You can't lose all these connections here. Up. The belly's gonna scoop to lift that leg. Up. Good. Up. Don't make this easy. If you don't feel it, you're not working your muscles. So think of a dumbbell being right there on that inner thigh, and you're lifting. Yep. And really that outer thigh is pushing that band down, or that leg down, because you've got that resistance. So it's like an inner and an outer. The lift is a little bit easier because that band is kind of almost bringing it up. So make sure you're feeling that muscle. Now hold it up, point your toes if you aren't already, and pulse. 2, 3, 4. Come on, belly, belly. Can you get a little higher? Don't let the band help you so much. Make it almost like it's closed up. And 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Okay. Yeah, I hear you. Okay. So swing it around. I'm going to slide it down. Slide it down until it's all the way off. And it's going back with my hands again. So I'm going to start again with that around my wrist. Palms are turned in. Pretend you have an imaginary ball between those thighs. You're going to push into that ball, but the thighs don't touch. I want you to keep these inner thighs engaged. So I'm not going to start rounded or too far forward. I start in this diagonal here. Shoulders are connected to your back at all times. That's lower down. You can choose to exhale or inhale. And then coming back up. Nod the chin to your chest. Find that lower back. Peel, peel, peel. Melt back down. You don't have to go all the way down. If you're going to use momentum to come back up, I prefer you not go all the way down. Eyes to navel. The eyes go up your thighs and then through the fingers. And I retrace it. My eyes go to my thighs, to my navel. I'm melting that spine. Connect the shoulders. Eyes to navel. Inhale up or an exhale. I'm not going to cue breath, but make sure you're doing inhale or exhale. And then you do the opposite, coming down. 2 more. Find that lower back. Lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up. Keep that band tight, yes? Bring it down, bring it down, bring it down, bring it down. We've got 1 more. Nod that chin. Find that lower back. Lift, lift, yes. And bring it back. Perfect. Now I want you to come back up. You got to come back up. Eyes and navel. Find it. Find it. Now hold it right here. Connect your legs. My abdominals are still firing. I'm just slightly leaning back. My thighs are together. I'm going to kick one leg out. Kick the other leg out. Pause. I'm going to come back an inch. I want you to kick one leg out. Now you don't have to move. If it hurts your back, don't do it. Inhale. Exhale another inch. And kick. So more the C curve versus a flat back. Inhale. Exhale. Kick. Kick. Now straighten the right leg out. And I'm going to crunch up. The band goes to the thigh. And I come back down. That's it. 4, 3. Don't rush to get over with it. 2, 1. Put it back down. Kick the other leg out, and I lift. 8, 7. Keep that band tight. I'm always pressing out against that band. 4 more. Here's 4. Here's 3. Here's 2. And 1, and bring yourself all the way up. Okay, remove the band from your hands. And let's go back on the legs again. But this time, it's gonna stay down by my ankles. And I want you to go onto your hands and knees. We still have a little bit of energy left? Sure we do. All right, so try to have it flat. Right against the ankles. Okay, now you can always do this on your forearms. You don't have to move the legs. You can just hold a plank. You can do this standing up with your hands against the wall, okay? So I'm gonna go back into a plank. You can be on your forearms, it's fine. Now make sure you feel your muscles working. I feel my armpit muscles firing, my belly's pulling in, my glutes are firing. And I want you to step out with the right foot to the side of your mat, and then the left. Nothing else goes with you. You only have minutes left. So let's go. Let's work. 2 more each leg. Now to give you a break, I want you to pike up and shift the weight behind you. Okay, press those heels down. Now round as you lift your heels up and come back out to that plank. So now I want you to lift up instead of out. So I lift the right leg up, put it down, left. Without your booties going up in the air with these. Yep. And squeeze. And squeeze. And squeeze. 2 more each leg. You can just hold that plank. You can even go to a child's pose. Now pike your seat up. Press those heels heavy. As heavy as they'll go. Raise up those heels, round your spine, bring it back out, and lower to your knees. And stretch back. You deserve a nice release to those shoulders and wrists. Hands go behind you, and make cups. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna slide that off my feet. And I want you to face me for a mermaid stretch. Okay? So mirror me. We're on this hip, hands on this side. Now you can either keep the knees really close together, but you gotta sit tall, or you separate the legs. So take those arms out like a T. I'm gonna tip and stretch. Push out the hand that's on the mat, up to your T, hook onto your shin, pull it over, out to a T. Hand goes down, forearm goes down, hips push down towards your heels. Bring it up. Hook on, inhale as you stretch over. Exhale, and then we'll release and swing those legs around. Stack or opens with the legs. Start in your little T here. So you can see this one's like I'm tilted here, so I'm gonna open up a little bit. Come to the side, onto that forearm. Keep the hips pushing down. Use your obliques to come up. Hook onto that back shin and stretch. Come out to your T. Inhale to exhale. Hook on. Inhale to exhale. Good. Swing around to face the center of the room. I'm going to lie back and I'm going to cross my right ankle over my left quad. You can use your hand to push that knee out if you'd like. And I'm going to take my hands and pull that left thigh towards me. Yes. Make sure the shoulders and neck are relaxed. Yep. Put that foot down and then cross that leg over. Take your arms out like a T and take both knees to the right. Enjoy that stretch. Keep your shoulders heavy. Come back to center and then take both knees to the left and keep both shoulders heavy. And then uncross those knees. And let's take the left ankle over the right quad. If you want, you can push that knee further out. I'll take my hands behind that right thigh and pull that thigh towards me. You don't have to. Breathe on your own. Put the right foot down and cross the left leg over. Take the arms out like a T. Take both legs to your left. Keep the shoulders heavy. And then exhale, bring it to center. And then both knees go to the right. You can inhale. And then exhale. Straighten your left leg onto the mat and pull that right knee towards you. I want you to feel opposition. I'm going to take that right knee to the outside of my shoulder. Yep. And then switch the legs out. One leg goes straight, the other leg pulls in. And I didn't just straighten that leg, I'm still reaching it away from me. And I'm going to take that knee to the outside of that shoulder as I'm still reaching that leg long. Good. I'm going to bring both knees nice and wide in towards my center. I'm going to rock myself up. Finish with that butterfly stretch. Palms of your feet together, grab onto your ankles, push those knees down. Ah, yes, that's the stretch we want. Breathe on your own, relax that neck. If you want, you can do some neck circles. Whatever you feel you need. Bring those legs together, press into those shins and sit super, super tall. Shoulders are down. Remind yourself that we need to stay upright, not slouched, keeping our neck in line with that spine, keeping those shoulders down. And you have made it. Yes. Good job. Woo. I still feel it in my hips. How about you?